Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, legacy builders, first generation legacy builders. Good morning. So great to be with you this morning. Come on in. Come on in. You know what to do. It's been a while, but you know what to do. Let me know what you're drinking: tea, coffee, water, whatever your beverage of choice is. Let me know. Welcome, welcome. Come in. Good morning, Tamika. And happy New Year to you as well. Thank
Great to
you.
say that. Happy New
Yeah,
Year.
happy. I know, right? And we're still in January. As long as we're in January, we can still say Happy New Year.
Exactly.
And especially in this community, we have not seen each other since November. So, ginger and turmeric tea. I love it.
Nice. Nice.
I am hoping you are all doing amazing today. It's so good to be back with you all, after what feels like forever. Um, a lot has happened since we've last connected. Like I mentioned, it was November since we were last here live. And I personally cannot wait. I know we can't wait to share with you. For those who don't know me, this is your first time to Tea Time Tuesday because we are back live on LinkedIn and Instagram. So if you don't know Tea Time Tuesday, my name is Marcella Mullen Williams. I am here with my favorite co host, my business partner, and brother, Mark Mullen. And we are the co founders of Legacy Builder Group, a family owned holistic financial coaching services and investment firm where we help families create impactful, multi generational legacy wealth.
Hello, everyone. As Marcella said, we are so excited to be here with you today. And we're going to have a very special conversation where we're going to be talking about family, legacy, and the lessons we learned during our deeply personal trip to Trinidad and Tobago. Plus, we're going to have a special announcement at the end of this. So don't miss out. Don't leave early. You want to stay here and dive in, right, Marcella?
Absolutely do not miss out. Morning, Stacy. Good morning, Francesca. Great to see you all. So, yes, the first let's go into what's been going on, why we've been absent. For the first time since Mark and I started our business, we shut down everything for 3 weeks, and that was something for us. It wasn't easy, but we knew it was necessary to focus on our family, to gain clarity, and to honor our mother's legacy. And let me tell you, this trip to Trinidad and Tobago was so much needed. It taught us so much about intentionality. It taught us about adaptability and what it really takes to build a strong family legacy. And it taught us so much more. And Mark, when we first decided to take this trip, it wasn't just about taking a vacation, right? Um, it was about showing up with purpose and for ourselves and our family and the legacy we're building together. This trip was rooted in purpose and, like I said, intentionality.
I mean,
And eh,
you're absolutely
yeah,
right, Marcella. Yeah, this was really about making sure that we are intentional. And losing our mom gave us this space to reflect on as far as what legacy really means. And again, when we're talking about being intentional, taking our ashes back to Trinidad just wasn't about closure. It was an opportunity to reconnect to our roots. My case personally, I haven't been back to my roots, Trinidad and Tobago, in over 22 years. So it gave myself a chance, our family a chance to redefine how our family moves forward together, right? And
mhm.
about right, Marcella?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And if you haven't guessed, both my parents were, our family is from Trinidad and Tobago. Both my parents are from Trinidad and Tobago. And so, yeah, as Mark was talking about, those are our roots. And so this trip, it required planning. Um, like I said, Mark hadn't been there in some time. It had been some time for me. I think it's been about 2015 was the last time I was there. But this was the first time we were going as a large family, and it required planning, commitment, and follow through. Whether it's and that's the thing, whether it is a family, you're planning a vacation, if you're planning whether it's your finances, whether it's your business, being intentional sets a tone for everything else. The level of intentionality just really directs the outcome. I'll put it that way. It directs the outcome. So let me know, since I have some people here in the chat. I say good morning, Rhonda. Good morning, Nancy. For wherever you're listening to me. Good morning to my dad on Instagram. Um, I want you to think about where you can be more intentional in your life. Let's just, talk about the lessons here. Where can you be more intentional? Is it in your time? Is it with your money? Is it with your relationship? Let me know. Or is there an area in your life that you're working on right now to be more intentional, to show up with purpose in? Let us know in the chat.
And they can go beyond just these topics, these bullet points you brought up here, right? Just think of any area in your life where you want to be intentional.
That's right. Good morning,
Good
Dr.
morning, Dr.
Ranelli.
Manelli.
Yes, sir. So
You know,
yeah, go ahead, Mark.
well, while we're waiting for any comments here, I was just thinking, one of the biggest game changers for us was how important it is for the family to make sure we had proper planning before the trip, so that we do want to make sure we break this down to everyone. But that was so significant for the success for our trip.
Uh, yes, that absolutely was the planning. But before I get into that, let me just see in the chat, some people, I'm seeing where people are dropping it, where they can be more intentional.
Yes.
I have Fran on Instagram. Hello, Fran. She said she could be more intentional about walking with God for guidance, meal prep instead of eating out. Wonderful. Fran Cheska from Facebook is saying her health, time, money, relationship, business, purpose. Wonderful. Stacy, my health.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So yeah, we all can, really work on being more purposeful and intentional in particular areas of our life. So yeah, let's get back to the planning for this trip, right? Before we even left, we had a series of family meetings. And the purpose of these meetings was to align, or to, be in alignment with everything. So for all of us, it was about, the budget, finances, the itinerary, even assigning roles and responsibilities to certain family members to get things done. Everyone had a voice, which made the trip so much more purposeful and personal. Purposeful made so much more purposeful and personal for each of us, right, Mark?
Oh, I so agree with that, considering the fact that it was 9 of us traveling together for the most part. Keeping everyone on the same page required consistent communication. We had the follow-ups, we had the check-ins. We made sure everyone knew their individual roles. Honestly, it was basically running a business under the family model, but it was a business we were running, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And
And not only that,
okay.
but the preparation paid off. Whether we were planning a trip or working towards a financial goal, having a strategy and having clear communication can make all the difference in the world.
And y'all haven't heard me say this in a while, so let me say this again. How you do one thing is how you do everything, right? And that's what Mark was just talking about there. That's what, we were continuing to experience that. We run a business, we're running a family, we have our families, but then we have our entire family, our family legacy. And this being our family legacy experience and a profound family legacy experience, we took it seriously in that planning process, and it was a beautiful thing, and seeing how it all came together. So I will ask you, all who are watching, who are with me, when was the last time you sat down with your family to talk about your family goals? And we've talked about this. Mark and I've always encouraged this. Those who've been a part of family, who are in our family legacy experience, or been through or graduated from our program, this is a key element. So, when was the last time you've had a family conversation? If it's been a while or never, it's time to start. It's really time to get things started. So let me know. They say, that's right, Fran. How we do one thing is how we do everything. So true. So think of this. So let me know. I know a couple of you have shared about your family meetings and that you've been more purposeful and intentional about it. So I'm celebrating those who are doing it. So just as something to think about. So Mark, once we got to Trinidad, things didn't always go according to plan, which is a part of life, right?
Exactly, exactly. Not everything goes according to what you've written down or the itinerary. Or one of the biggest
Right.
ones, for those that are not familiar, when we say Trinidad, we are referring to Trinidad and Tobago. And the plan was for us to go to Trinidad to celebrate our mother's,
Tobago.
excuse me, Tobago,
Yes.
to go to Tobago to celebrate our mother's celebration of life. We weren't able to make that happen, unfortunately. It was challenging deciding, where we would have that send off ceremony, and in places plans change, compromises had to be made, but those moments really reinforce the importance of effective communication and adaptability within the family. You cannot be rigid, right? There are certain things that you want to have in place. But one thing that did not change, Marcella, was
Mhm.
our board of advisor meeting. Yes, our office was closed, but it was an important part of the plan. We were able to turn the family trip into a meaningful business retreat with the tax write-offs, right? So let's get that clear, that we did it for the benefits for our business, for the family, but we do get the tax write-offs as well. The other aspect of this is that my kids, this was my first time. This was their first time, my two youngest, attending or being a part of going to Trinidad and Tobago with the family. This was their first time being there, meeting their Caribbean roots, and they were a part of the family board of advisors as far as attending to see how this operates. So they were involved in that as well. So they got so much out of it. I think our other family members got a lot out of it watching us while we were having this board member meeting.
Yeah, that was pretty special. I love that we were very intentional about getting that done, especially since our business is all about creating family legacy experiences, like I said. And so, yes, like Mark said, while we were closed, this is one thing, a part of business that we were definitely taking with us to Trinidad, since we have family members that are part of our board of advisors that were in Trinidad, and then having Mark's kids being able to be a part of it as well. My nephew and my niece was a beautiful thing. Very grateful for that. And speaking of, family legacy experiences, one of my favorite parts of the trip was capturing our dad's family history. It was special. It was three generations in one car, driving around my dad's town, the town that he grew up in, just really capturing the important landmarks and memories that were being passed down to us. Um, that is just, I mean, how incredibly special is that? Everyone doesn't get to have an opportunity like that. And I remember my son and I just insisted that he take us to his town, because we normally stay on my mom's side of town and don't often get to his. So it was the first time that my son had an opportunity to really see where his grandfather grew up. And like I said, we were able to capture and document all of that. So let me know in the chat. Just, I want to hear from you guys. I want you to think about this. What stories or traditions are you passing down or are your family or have been passed down to you? I want to know what you're passing down and what's being passed down to you. And how can you capture those memories before they're lost? So I would love to hear in the chat what's being captured. What are you passing down? Because you should be passing something down to someone, whether it's your own child, grandchild, nephew, niece, community members. What are you passing down? What stories and traditions are you passing down, and what has been passed down to you? Go ahead and
Mm.
drop it in the chat for us.
Yeah, and while they're doing that, uh, there we go. Yes.
I see.
While we're doing that, we want to, just highlight the how this experience carried on when we came back and how it created a shift for us, right, Marcella? There was this undeniable sense of unity. I mean, we were already a tight knit family, but what it did, it transcended borders, right? So this wasn't just a trip. This was about a commitment to our family here in the U.S. and our Trinidadian roots, and traditions, and the
Mhm.
love and the belonging that keeps us connected. That's what legacy is all about. This is why Marcel and I do what we do, why we're here talking to you right now, because of that importance of family and love. And even though I hadn't been there in 22 years, it was like a Lego just clicking right back in the right spot and just being solid again. And
Mhm.
it was undeniable. I'm seeing cousins and family members I haven't seen in over 2 decades. And we just, if anything, we connected better than ever, And so,
Yeah.
that's what we saw, Marcella, and that came from the intentionality of making this trip happen.
Yeah, it had such a profound impact on all of us. So much so that my son did not come back with us. That's right. And I see Daniel in the chat.
He's in the
Of
chat.
course, yes. Well, it's easier for me. The legacy of love. Hi, Anne Marie. Tell her I said hi. Yeah, he is still in Trinidad, working remotely and establishing his professional and personal foundation. And I'm personally love it because he's making the decision to really build on our legacy. And not saying that he's not going to come back ever, but he is definitely doing what needs to be done in the time while he's there. Mark, like I said, coming back, the shift definitely occurred. That entire experience again was a powerful family legacy experience for us that taught us so much. And so I want to make sure that for those who are, paying it, who are with us, and oops, let me hit mute. And yes, I want to, and I'm looking for the chats because I asked a question earlier and I'm not seeing anyone dropping. I want to know, I still want to know what you're passing on and what has been passed on to you. So let me know something in the chat here, okay? Don't look for anything huge necessarily. We take small, how do you eat an elephant? What's our thing? One bite at a time. Drop in there. What is one bite you can take to pass down a family tradition, something that's important, something that you don't want lost in your family? All right. So here's this. Here is another question for you. What's one thing that you can do this week to strengthen your family's connection and your family's legacy? It could be something small, and as small like having a family dinner, this, and having a conversation, checking in with everyone, or it can be as big as planning a family retreat, or family vacation. There is something you can do this week, something you do today to just strengthen your family and your family's legacy. Um, Coming back. Okay, I'm looking at Danny. Yes, sir. Blessing. You all made it possible. Glad you could be there. Glad you're. We'll see about coming back. Okay, he said we'll see about coming back.
Yeah, it was hard leaving that beautiful weather to come back to the snow. So
It
I
really
understand.
was. It really, really was. But it
Yeah,
was a remarkable experience
it really was. And
and
so
grateful.
just checking the comments here. on Facebook. I don't know if there's any other comments there, but before we wrap up, we want to take some time for some exciting news that we want to share with you guys. And if we don't have any comments, Marcelo, let's just dive right into this exciting news.
Yes, yes, yes. So just before I dive in, I just want to make sure that we, got everything we can. You can go back and listen to this, but I wanted to make sure you got the key points in this conversation today with working to being intentional about building a strong family foundation now more than ever before when it comes to your financial legacy, when it comes to your intellectual legacy, emotional, all that's involved with your family foundation. Uh, there's things that you can put in place today to make it more intentional, purposeful, adaptable. Working on communication is always a key. So let's go ahead and move forward with intention on building your family legacy. So, as Mark said, we have an announcement and let's talk about it. I am thrilled to announce that Mark and I will be launching our brand new podcast called The Family Legacy Experience coming in May of this year. So you're having a podcast? Woo! See, I need my little blow thing. Okay, here we go.
Right.
Yeah.
We do that in Trinidad.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yes, we are starting a podcast. This podcast is going to be an extension of our powerful Flex program, Family Legacy Experience, Flex for short. Um, we are going to be bringing so many powerful strategy tools and insights to guide you in building multi-generational wealth and creating a legacy that lasts. So it's like Tea Time Tuesday 2.0. It's really a way for us to do so much more with you. To prepare for the podcast, however, there will be no new Tea Time Tuesday episodes until May. So I don't want you to worry. We're still going to do the replays every Tuesday. You'll still have an opportunity to keep legacy planning on the top of mind. We'll have our replays with some of our favorite episodes that will still go live every Tuesday at 9 a.m. So I want you to still stay plugged in. But we're so excited for this next step and preparing for the launch of this podcast because this podcast will be packed with, actionable content. I am so excited because we're going to have interviews with guests who will be sharing their personal wealth building stories, their family legacy experiences. I'm personally excited to be a student in that area and to learn from so many other people and bring these stories to you. We already have a lineup of some wonderful guests. And everything really, it's going to be everything that you need for your legacy building journey and just taking it to the next level. We're all about elevating and taking things to the next level anyway. So that's what we're here to do. So yes, podcast coming up. So we're really excited about that.
We are.
We're all right, Mark?
Yes. I see Nancy. Wow.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Daniel, new podcast. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for the congratulations. Thank you all. Oh yeah, and Kai, hey there, Kai. Look, weekly family dinners and intentionality. I love it. So she answered one of our questions, what she can do.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
See, and like I said, this is all about taking it to the next level. You're going to get so much more from this podcast as far as the things you can do and how you can implement a higher level of legacy building. So make sure that you are on our mailing list, okay, to get all the updates. It's going to be our primary source of communicating with you. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on with Facebook and Instagram and social media right now. So we don't want to necessarily rely wholeheartedly on these platforms. So we are really encourage you, if you are not currently getting emails from us or any of our updates, and we don't send out a lot of emails, but just make sure you're getting like maybe once a week the updates. If you are not currently getting any, type in the chat email, and then we'll make sure that you are included in the conversation. So if you have not seen any emails from us, type email in the chat and we'll make sure you're there. So Mark, that's it. We want to thank everyone for joining us today, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm checking, make sure that everyone has. Is there any last comments as far as the questions
Mhm.
that Marcella presented? Go ahead and get that in the
Okay.
chat so we can share and be a part of that.
And we really hope that this conversation inspired you again to think more intentionally about how you can transform your family, your finances, and your legacy. How you can really show up in a more powerful way for yourselves and your family for multiple generations. And remember, you're starting with everything, every legacy starts with decisions. So make the right decisions starting today. And we can't wait. We're always here to help you to take those steps. So, whether it's through our Flex program, our financial services, through the podcast that's coming up, or right here on Tea Time Tuesday, stick with us, contact us, reach out to us, and remember to continue developing the behavior that will build your legacy. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much, and
Thank
we
you.
will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye, everyone.